who stands in the middle of a ballroom after 3 glasses of champagne on a completely empty stomach, and I mean completely empty, because fitting into this dress required no solid food for 3 straight weeks.
After a year of curfews, bans and prohibitions, it is finally time to take this party to the beaches. You might be worried about your figure after 2 years at home, but don't worry, because body positivity has got you covered. Body positivity has become more and more visible in our daily lives. Thanks to social media, we can now type in any word on Instagram or Twitter and we are flooded with information, posts, and videos.
This right here.
You might wonder how it all started. Some might argue the body positivity movement started in 1969 when the National Association to Advance Fat Acceptance was established. But in fact, we can trace back the roots of the movement to the Victorian era. Even though they didn't call themselves body positive, they fought to break off literal cages that imprisoned their bodies. Back in the day, the trend was tight lacing, and it was done in the hopes of achieving an ideal figure at the expense of health and comfort. Dress reformists believed the corset was harmful to women's health, and they were right. Tight lacing led to several health hazards such as muscular atrophy and rearranged internal organs. Dress reformists were mostly women who were involved in the first wave feminism. They introduced the rational dress alongside the dress reform. Fortunately, the movement was successful. The term body positivity first came into our lives when a psychotherapist founded the bodypositive.org website. The website was dedicated to making people feel good about their bodies, but the actual rise of the movement happened around 2012. Since the paths of fat acceptance and body positivity movements were extremely intertwined, fat positivity has become one of the main pillars of the movement. But after it became wildly popular, the focus shifted to spread the message of all bodies are beautiful. Throughout the years, the appearance of women has been controlled, held to impossible standards, and by all means made to become the most important aspect of a woman. Naturally, across cultures and ages, the standard for women's beauty has changed. At the time of Renaissance, the full-bodied women with fair skin were considered to be beautiful. In the late 19th century, the ideal was the Gibson girl, and after the advertisement industry came into our lives, the standards have risen from extraordinarily beautiful women to the touched-up versions of the extraordinarily beautiful woman. The variables may have changed, but one thing remained as a constant: the people who wanted their share of being perceived as beautiful. The movement that started with women fighting for the right to not be beautiful ended up being an activism for we are all beautiful. Nowadays, when we see body positivity in action, it might strike us as two-faced and well also as a blatant lie. Usually because it is all a lie. It's a familiar picture for all of us to see an objectively ugly person being bombarded by comments calling them beautiful on social media. On the contrary, when an actually beautiful person does it, they are attacked for being shallow or they get mocked. Perhaps this is the way how postmodern society restores justice, by lying. There is scientific evidence to support the claim that beautiful people get many advantages in life. Taking this into account, it is understandable for a person to want to be perceived as beautiful. But don't we all have a right to be ugly?
So, there. A lot of the time I think of myself as ugly, and I don't think that that's a bad thing.
Don't we have the right to hate our bodies, or perhaps just be neutral about it? Why does beauty have to take so much space in our lives? Why not forget all about the beauty standards rather than trying to become a part of it? Like many, corporations have caught up with the body positivity movement, and the subject has become a meta ever since. From body positive influencers to brand ambassadors, the movement has its own market in itself, and any health concerns are regarded as fatphobic or white-centrist. It is a tragedy to see the movement that once fought to improve women's quality of life is now undoing all the benefits and even doing more damage upon it. Nevertheless, the movement is growing stronger, and we shall see what it will morph into in the years to come. This is Unsolicited Opinions YouTube channel, and you've heard our unsolicited opinion on body positivity movement.